Hey everyone, Lee here. Hope you're all okay. Just a video on a recent clip of Newsnight, BBC Newsnight. It was involved the historian David Starkey, who was commenting on the causes of the London riots, and he basically said that it was a rise in, I quote, black culture in this country that causes that has caused this violence. It was black gangster rap culture that has caused this violence, like about materialism and violence and whatever. You know, the fact that he keeps saying black gangster raps, and you know, there was a black person on Newsnight as well. I said, well, why are you relating it to that? There were black and white people, and he said, well, it started off as a black protest. And you know, he kept using the word black. Said white boys and girls have become black. They've used like the text speak and equating negative with black. And yes, there are negatives in any culture, but to start labeling black and white, this is the 21st century, David. You can't just start saying, you know, whites have become black. You know, that's completely and utterly racist. It's a disgusting comment, you know, to suggest that. Of course, gangster rap culture has, you know, obviously had a bad influence on young people, but not all rappers are black. You know, a very notorious rapper who is criticised a lot for his lyrics, Eminem, and he's white. It doesn't matter if you're black and white. It matters like what you sing about, what you talk about. You know, gangster rap isn't synonymous with black. It just isn't. A lot of people think it is, but it really isn't. I mean, you know, I know black people that don't like rap music, to be honest, and so, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean because you're black you're gonna like gangster rap and therefore you influence the white boys. And he said, this is another thing he said, that David Lammy, who is a black MP from Tottenham, he said if you heard him on the radio you'd think he sounds white. And he basically equated white with respectable. He said he sounds quite well spoken, articulate, respectable. But, you know, you'd think he was white. And it's just people like this in this country that, you know, we don't need people like this who equate black with gangster rap, black with bad, and white with, well, yeah, respectable. Like I said, Eminem, a very notorious rapper, whose lyrics are often criticised, is white. Like, it just shows a kind of... It doesn't matter whether these rappers are black or white. It just matters what they sing about, what influence they have on young people. And also, like I said, it's not just that. That's not one of the It's not just one of the causes. It's about lack of parental responsibility, and also, you know, and young people feel they've got a lack of opportunity in the future. Now, I'm not blaming poverty for this. I'm not one of those people because I'm not very well off and I'm not rioting and looting. But I just wanted to make a video to completely condemn David Starkey's comments that were completely disgusting, and he just generalises about black people. That is completely. I mean, I'm not black myself, but I was still offended by those comments. You know, it's just, you know, the BNP have been making a lot of these riots, and they call them race riots. The BNP are calling them race riots, and to have someone, you know, that has said out on a mainstream programme, this is a black culture, is quite frankly disgusting, and a lot of people now are going to equate that. And race has nothing to do with these riots at all. How dare you marginalise black people in this? How bloody dare you? You know, it's completely inappropriate and completely, you know, of course we need to understand why they've done it so we can prevent it happening in the future, but this isn't a solution. You know, to start saying it's, you know, it started off as a black protest. Your opinion was it started off as a black protest that turned violent. That was your opinion. Yes, there is a large black community in Tottenham, but not all of them were violent. It was a minority of idiots that turned violent, black and white. And they're not just influenced by that. Like I said, it's a lack of parental responsibility, maybe, and their lack of morals. That's what it is. The fact that their parents haven't taught them good morals, the fact that their parents haven't disciplined them well, to tell them the difference between right and wrong. It's nothing to do with the fact that these kids are black. Like I said, I know, race doesn't matter when it comes to the person you are. Yes, a lot of people like to be proud of being black, and some people like to be proud of being white, and that's fine. They like to be proud of their race and maybe their culture, going back heritage. I understand that. But if we start marginalising, we should. And I mean, like, there's a woman on there, and she said we shouldn't say us and them. She was a black woman on there, and she said we shouldn't start going us and them. We should say we. How are we going to help our children? Because this is a British problem. This was obviously a British problem. Sorry, an English problem. It only happened in England. It was an English problem, not a black problem. And it isn't, and we just don't need comments like that. So I've got a very clear message to anyone who tries to equate these rights of black to it being black rights. Don't, because that is completely wrong. You have no justification for that. This is the thing. We start trying to find causes to this, and you will get idiots like David Starkey who will start stirring up racial tension. And that's not the thing we need. We've come very far in this country, to be honest. There's been a lot of racism in this country, unfortunately, and unfortunately police are still stopping black people more than white people. That apparently the statistics show apparently that is what's happening, and we've still got a long way to go, but people like him do not make things better. And saying it's a black culture is not one of the ways we can deal with this properly. It isn't black, it's black and white. It's not even a race problem here. It's a lack of morals from the people that done this. So before you start generalising, it's just about black gangster rap. Like I said, there are white rappers as well as black rappers. Okay, that's just that. To start saying it's a black culture is quite frankly disgusting. So, like I said, I completely condemn what David Starkey did, and this is what my video on it, and I just want to urge anyone, we can't let the riots stir up racial tension. Anyone that tries to, in the aftermath of these riots, use an excuse to start racial tension, we just have to slam them and ignore them. And we have to really find the proper causes of these riots, and really make sure they don't happen again. Not start using it as an excuse to be racist. And that's what he was. A lot of people call me, oh, you're such a liberal, oh, you're such a liberal. People can't say anything these days. Well, you can't start labelling the fact that it's a black problem when actually there's many black and white people that were in these riots. So you can't start saying that. But then people like him are. And they're stirring up racial tension. The reason I'm saying he shouldn't be allowed to say it and he should be condemned for saying it, the reason I'm saying that is because, is like I said, the reason I'm condemning him, because it was completely wrong what he said. He got it completely wrong. It's a lack of morals that these kids have been taught. It's not, yes, you listen to music influences you, I get that. But like I said, there aren't just black rap artists out there. And not all rap is, and again it's labelling rap as well, not all rap is violent. Scroobius Pip, the King Blues to an extent, Rage Against the Machine, they're kind of rap rock sort of thing. And they don't sing about violence and gangs, and, they sing about proper things. So again, labelling all rap music and labelling all, this as a black problem rather than, a problem we have in cities in England. It's a problem that the young people of England, it's not a problem, that is caused by their race. It's a problem that's caused by their lack of morals and the home they're brought up in. Whether they're, not in terms of family breakdown, like David Cameron says, but in terms of whether it's, whoever, even if their parents are single, whatever, it's a parent or parents that bring them up. That's what it is. And, and of course, that we should start coming up with solutions for those problems. And it's funny how you know, the mainstream politicians haven't attacked him. Funny how only when Ed Miliband was asked about it did he go, yes, it was disgusting and racist. David Cameron hasn't condemned it. He's a Prime Minister. He should be doing everything to make sure we're unified as one country in all this, that we all come together to try and sort this out, rather than just ignoring something like that. I know he's Prime Minister, I know he has a lot on, but surely he would have seen that, or he would have been told about that, and surely it's in everyone's interest that we don't start racial tension. So, thank you for watching. Feel free to comment and debate on this, and I'll post another video soon when the next big news story comes up. Okay, thanks, bye.